Hello guys and welcome to FPV 123, HobbyKing's guide to the basics and the beginnings of FPV. My name is Matt and today I'm going to show you guys 3 basic systems that can get you started in this very fun area of the hobby without breaking the bank. FPV can be super intimidating and one of the easiest ways to get past that is with this, the Quantum FPV bundle. Now, this is a complete system, and when I say complete system, I really mean it's everything that you need to get started in FPV. Every FPV system is going to consist of the same 4 or more basic elements: a camera, a transmitter, a receiver, and some kind of display. This system is no exception. It all comes in one box. It takes very little time to put together and hook up. All of your connectors in this system come for you ready to go, so everything just plugs in. All of everything's pre-dialed. All of your connectors are designed to simply plug in and go. Camera connects to this harness, connects to the transmitter, all of that goes together. Same on the receiver side. Includes lots of options for power, includes lots of options for different kinds of batteries and everything else. Really is by far the easiest way to get going. Alex was able to assemble these goggles that come with the kit in less than 18 minutes, despite having never seen any of this stuff before. I can't stress enough that this is probably the most fun and most easy way to get started in FPV. Very, very simply put, everything comes in the kit, everything is labeled, so you simply plug all of your various connectors in, plug your power into this convenient XT60 thing right here that plugs both the receiver and the goggles. You should see a big fuzzy screen on the inside of the goggles there, telling you that you have power. And if we come over here and plug in the camera side, oops, lens cap, should be smiling back at Alex there. Hello. Totally awesome. So guys, that's it. You've got your camera, your transmitter, your receiver, and your display. Everything comes in one box, less than $150, less than an hour to set it all up. You can carry this system from aircraft to aircraft or car to car, put it on anything you want. Very easy, very simple to move around. Lots of fun. One of the easiest ways to get going, let me show you a couple others. As another option to get started on the cheap, maybe you've already got an action cam, in this case a GoPro, or you've got a Mobius, or one of our Turnigy action cams, even one of those types of camera, and you want to get into some FPV. These are a great option for a couple of reasons. Let you record what's going on while you're doing your driving or whatever else. So you get your HD recording while you've got your throughput to your display. And you can also then save yourself having another camera, right? If you've already got a GoPro or whatever else that you're gonna mount on your vehicle, it saves you having to put a whole nother system on there for a separate FPV camera. There's a couple of ways to do that, but my favorite is to take something like this. This is our Fat Shark 250 milliwatt FPV transmitter. This is a 5.8 gigahertz transmitter, and you can buy this very handy cable. This is just a simple cable that we sell that goes directly from the USB to the Fat Shark connector like so. It's a simple connector that plugs in. That gives you all of the features coming out of your GoPro. So that gives you audio, video, it powers the GoPro. It's very cool. So if you've got a, like a large capacity pack in your model or whatever, this will let you run that GoPro for a really long time. This little guy right here comes also with the kit. This is a simple JST power lead that will come with the Fat Shark module. Now, to make a system like this work is even more simple per se than the last one I showed you. You're simply going to plug the USB cable from the transmitter into the camera. You're going to use one of these handy devices. This is a 3S balance lead to JST power breakout device. This was very cool for various models. This lets you do a bunch of stuff with FPV or add LEDs or anything else. It's just kind of a handy power distribution system. We're going to use this power module to plug in both our monitor via this handy cable that came with it and our FPV system. So just like the last system that I showed you, those simple cables plugged in, and that's everything. Now remember guys, basics here: camera, transmitter, and in this case our receiver and our display are a single unit. This is a HobbyKing dual diversity receiver and monitor, the Quantum unit. Very, very awesome way to get your signal going. If you don't like using goggles, maybe you don't want to feel all constricted, or you have vision issues, you wear goggles, things like, or goggles, you wear glasses, things like that. Screen is a good way to go. You can go large or small. This is a great unit because it has a diversity receiver, so in addition to being a good solid screen, it also means that if your signal gets stronger or weaker, it automatically switches back and forth. Super, super cool. So again guys, it couldn't be more simple. You're just gonna plug the GoPro in to the USB cable. It's coming from your transmitter. You can power this whole system up. I just showed you guys, and you can see now, you got power to the GoPro coming from the transmitter. You can see the receiver here trying desperately to figure out which channel should be which. Turn our GoPro on, and voila. Ta-da! So as you can see, that's about as simple as it gets. Again, any old action cam, special cable, transmitter, and some kind of receiver, and you're back in business. Just like with the last system I showed you, this is very, very easy to move from aircraft to aircraft or surface vehicle to surface vehicle. Makes it a lot of fun, very, very easy to get started. All of that equipment that you would need to set something like this up, probably less than $100. Very cheap way to get started, provided you already got that action cam. Now the final system I want to show you guys today is just slightly more complicated. If you were going to take the plunge and you really thought your FPV was the thing you're going to do a lot of it, and you want to use a lot of different planes and that kind of thing, particularly if you're interested in trying the higher end goggle experience, this is kind of the way you want to go. This system consists of a Fat Shark 420 line pilot cam, which is their standard FPV camera that comes in most of the kits. If you buy the kits that consist of like goggles and those things together, you usually get one of these guys. That camera, this is a 600 milliwatt immersion RC transmitter. This little guy, because it's 600 milliwatts, a little more power, a little more range. This is the kind of system you can set up for kind of your medium to long range use. And for a system like this, of course, you've also got goggles. These are my personal Fat Shark Attitude goggles. I love these things. They're kind of the Cadillac of Fat Shark goggles. It works really, really well. Good system. It lets you adjust to the distance between eyes and focus, and comes with or has optional little things for guys that wear reading glasses. So these are particularly good goggles, even if you may be a glasses wearer. But they are a bit more money. This whole system, as you see it right here together, is probably more around $400. So it is pushing up that price a little. But like I say, if you're going to really commit to FPV, want to do a lot of it, this might be a good way to go. To use a system like this takes a little bit more work, because when you buy this system, you're going to get a couple of pigtails. You're going to get a wire that comes with your camera. As you can see here on the back of the camera, you've got 5 volts ground and video for this little 3-pin cable here. This guy, if you're going to use this system, you're going to need to solder that cable either to a connector for your transmitter, or in this case, to an extension. Now I've done this so that this camera could be positioned in the nose of a larger aircraft like our Sky Mule, and this transmitter goes back toward the rear of the aircraft. Now that creates another problem when you do something like that, where now you've got to power this thing as well. In this case, we've used a little JST connector right here, pigtail, to build this power lead. So you have a female on one end, a male on the other. Power goes here into the transmitter, the other end here. Takes the power, again, from our convenient 3S balance tap to JST lead. This little guy shows up all over the place. Now that lets you run your flight battery. This end connect to the ESC, and you got this handy balance tap hanging out in your aircraft not doing anything. That lets you power your FPV system. So now that's plugged in. That is a live system. To get the video, you would just plug in the goggles like so. They'll beep at you. And yes, sure enough, I can see Alex. Hello, Alex. Or for the sake of illustration, guys, I've grabbed this screen so you can't really see what's going on in the goggles. As you can see, voila. Hello, Alex. Hello. Hello. Yes. That's gonna just about do it for this episode, guys. As I keep saying, FPV is a giant, giant subject. I love all the comments you guys made on the intro video. Please keep them coming on this video. Let us know what else you'd like to see, what other topics in FPV you'd like us to cover, what other things you'd like us to show you. In the meantime, however, Alex and James are bugging me. I have put the FPV, the second system I showed you, the very simple 250 transmitter and GoPro system, here on this little rover. We're gonna go do some FPV and try this out because it's a total blast. See you next time.
That is so...
It's way fun, isn't it?
That is so strange.
You're just on the ground.
It just tags.
Yeah, that one, it's like the best little thing I've made yet.